Is the pig's price getting ready to moon? Yo, Kenny, this is for you. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I would love it if you'd consider subscribing. And if everyone could just take a quick moment, hit that like button, it would really help me out a lot. It gets this video out to more people. And of course, leave comments down below if you can. So Crypto Kings hit me up just now, asking me about a little technical analysis with the PIGS token. This is something that I've done some technical analysis on in the past. Given what I talked a little bit about in my last video, this is actually a good segue into other areas within crypto and equities that I want to cover. But today we're going to stay focused. We're going to look at just the AFP token and compare it to some standard technical analysis. What we have found in DeFi is technical analysis doesn't really apply at all because of the way that the structure of these tokens are. Certainly the liquidity, the fact that you're not able to short these, a variety of different things. That's why when you look at a lot of the charts of some of these tokens, they just look kind of weird in comparison, at least, to what we're normally accustomed to looking at. That said, with AFP, due to the fact that there are extremely low taxes for getting in and out, many times it is shown that the AFP token actually does follow kind of the standard technical analysis. Now, for today's video, what I really want to focus on is one particular pattern that we're seeing with the AFP BUSD pair is what's called the cup and handle. This is the PIGS token on a 15-minute time frame. And this is forming up what looks like a standard cup and handle. Just a quick recap for those. This is what a cup and handle looks like. It's when we're in a uptrend, followed by this retracement and price action that starts curling back up, is forming really, the cup, as you can see. And then continued retracing down. When it plays out, if you're bullish, it's a beautiful thing to see. So this is a standard, what a cup and handle looks like. And if you see right now, with what we're seeing here, right, we're in this uptrend right here on the 15-minute. We come down, kind of curling, right? Then this sharp move up, followed by this retracement. So ideally, what we'd be seeing is this coming up here, and then once it breaks this line right here, we have a breakout to the upside. So we're just under the $100 level for PIGS. Now, the reason this is relevant and what Kenny was reaching out to me about was not the fact that a cup and handle is forming on the 15-minute chart, okay? Because this is a relatively small time frame. What I have noticed with PIGS in general is that this pattern has actually happened quite a bit throughout the course of trading this. So we're gonna take a kind of a zoom back and look at some bigger time frames and see where else we've seen this. All right, so this was a Fibonacci that I had here that I put out a while ago. I mean, you could see even just on a Fibonacci how well this all plays out. All right, so if we come out to the 1 hour time frame, okay, you can see this is what we were just looking at on a shorter time frame at the 15-minute, but this is what's holding up here, and that would be like where the handle is. We have it here, okay. I'm coming over here and looking, looks like we have it right here, right? You see how it was moving up in this area, right? We're coming up, form down to form the cup, swinging the handle, and then it starts making its way, and then right around here, as you see, and this is where the breakout would occur, would be above this little lip, and sure enough, we got a pop. Maybe this one here. But you see how it consists of this move up and then down. Here it took a little bit longer to play out. It did kind of go up, it had to retest again and then shoot back up, and eventually it went higher. So as you can see, after one of these forms, if you look to the right, Even if it takes a little while, typically it's gone up. And we're not just talking tiny moves. I mean, some of these are, good sized moves here. Like this one here, once it broke, that was like a nice little, 14% move to the upside. Here's the break. %. So here are the ones down here. This was one that I circled just a moment ago, right? So I basically pulled back here, right? We see this up here, kind of comes down. Remember, it doesn't have to be a perfect cup. I know that looks a little weird, but a little wonky cup here, but still you can see how it follows pattern. It comes back up to this area, forms the handle, and then once the price is kind of close into there, we get that pop up. Let's see what this one was. All right, that was a nice little like 9% move. I mean, I'm sure if you guys went into this, you could really like pull apart, because there's a fair amount. It's the pattern. I mean, I've never seen, you know what I mean, like a crypto or an indice having this many cup and handles. This is clearly quite the favorite pattern for this, because there's quite a few. I mean, you right here, you could say is one. Here's another one. Let me here. Look, here we go. Here's another one right here. I think I actually remember this one. Right? Comes up here, cup, pops. Let's see what this was. 30% move. So as you can see, like these are good size moves. If we go to a bigger time frame, let's go to the 4-hour. I was actually talking to him about this one. This is not the one when he sent me what he sent me, I pointed out, like when we've had these in the past, we've seen some pretty significant moves, right? Now you could argue that because this went up here and formed down here, it did start creating this handle, right? And it can take a while, but once it went above here, look at this move that we had. That is 127% move. Now, what someone in Crypto Kings, his group, sent him was something that I thought this was interesting. But if we pull this back into even a bigger time frame, so this is it on the daily, and this is going back to the launch. This is the entire duration of this token from when it relaunched. You guys seeing it? Right? We got our nice little cup, and then our nice little handle, and this is where we're at. Do that, because you can see it's been working off these zones, and this is what the handle typically looks like. This kind of bull flag that gets started, trades within this here, and then eventually we would see a break out of this pattern. That's how we would know when this could eventually be the turning point. So in other words, if we look at how it's set up here, once this breaks market structure, right? So once it comes above this, now it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to take off right away. It may come back to kind of test it. It may, kind of do one of these things, right? This could be a nice leg up. And remember, when you're pulling it back and you're looking at it at a bigger time frame, the bigger the time frame, the bigger the potential move. If we were to sip from the hopium glass, which is what we're doing here, let's be honest, some of these cup and handles I pointed out were a little bit of a stretch. But it's Saturday, so let's enjoy ourselves. That's what I think. But we were looking at, we were seeing, in terms of how high things were going, we saw some that were like 10, 12%, 15%, 20%. We saw that one that was like 125%. So let's take a look. We want to show the one that's higher up. So to see the kind of move that we're looking for, let's just get a horizontal line here. I don't know what this is. That was an old, look at that. That was back in the day. I don't know what I was doing there, but I was squiggling. All right, so we see a move up here. What would happen if we, break that? So if we're looking at like a 20% move, which is, very doable, from this level, we're looking at that 270 range. I mean, that's impressive. Now, look, I get that I'm talking about something. It still needs to move. We still need it to move about 100% before any of this would happen. So, we got a ways to go, but it's just to give you an idea that if it got back up to, whether it's that 194, 191 area to the 226 area, that's the kind of move we're talking about. But what we typically see happen is that you may be thinking, all right, yeah, you got to wait for it to come all the way back up here for any of this to even be relevant. Well, not really. I mean, yes, but remember, it has to do with breaking market formation. So right now, the market formation is the handle. So once it gets past, let's just say, and again, it's like this is the market structure. Once it pops up here, now it may come back down, right? But as long as it holds and it tests off of that, right? Then we could see the momentum building up because people, this would be clearly showing that this macro cup and handle pattern is holding up. I mean, I could see a lot of people getting excited about this, right? And once it breaks here, it's very possible for this thing to move up. I mean, we saw it down here. This is where we saw that over 100% move. So if we saw, some of the larger moves, here's a 100% move. That's where we're looking. Look at that, 449. My target price for where I want to be able to definitely sell some pigs, and I'll probably do it at some lower levels, but 450 is like what I'm looking at. What I think would be a phenomenal target to hit, So it's a ways away. It takes a while. Clearly, what we're looking at with this cup and handle, that Kenny shared with me, has been forming since we relaunched back last spring, right? So to give you just perspective on how long this can take for this to happen, it can go on for several more months. But I think this at least gives you maybe a little bit more of a awareness around what cup and handles are, and you can see them at any time interval. You'll see them form, right? Whether it's a 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, right? And the smaller the time frame that you're looking at, the smaller then the move is. But it's still it's a cool pattern to see. It's definitely, this particular token, it is its favorite pattern. I mean, we've seen it over and over and over again, and almost every time it plays out. So I mean, I've looked, and I'd have to go through with like a fine-tooth comb to see where it invalidates the rule, but for the most part, when I have noticed it forming, I mean, it's pretty much followed through, and we've seen that pop to the upside. So let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know what you think of cup and handles, if it's a strategy you've used in other markets. Let me know what you think of it when it comes to DeFi. Let me know if you think this is all just ridiculous and has no real application to what we're doing with the pigs token. Totally can respect that, but would love to know what you all think, and have an amazing weekend. Catch you guys on the next one.